Shalom. Before we don't want to start off by giving our praise, I'm going to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Kakurash, the honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, peace and salutations unto the elect. Today's lesson is going to be on rebuke is love. All right. Now you got a lot of people out there who get offended by you rebuking them. All right. You got a lot of people out there who get offended when somebody rebukes you. And this, I'm not making this lesson for any particular reason. I just I was just watching videos and one of the older ones was a video of one of the elders, and they was talking about rebuke. All right. And how some people just can't take it, and I want to be here saying that you have to be able to take rebuke. You can't just, because people find rebuke as somebody trying to make them be more than who they are, but rebuke is when somebody is trying to better you. All right. If I see a brother down the line where he's not doing something where he's supposed to be doing, or he's doing something he's not supposed to be doing, you gotta rebuke him. Sometimes it's gonna be a harsh rebuke. Sometimes it's not gonna feel nice. Sometimes you might feel like it was a harsh rebuke, but sometimes you need a harsh rebuke. Just sometimes you can't just give them a slap on the wrist. Sometimes you gotta really scold. Real quick. Real quick. This is Proverbs 27:5. Open rebuke is better than secret love. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. The full soul loatheth an honeycomb, but to the hungry soul every bitter thing is sweet. All right. So you might have two people. One of them who tells you the truth, and the other one who tells you what you want to hear. All right. And any brother out there, if you got a true brother who really care about you and who really want to see you in the kingdom, he's gonna push you to be your best self. So open rebuke is better than secret love. Faithful are the wounds of the friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. So I would much rather get a wound by a friend than a kiss by an enemy, because a wound by a friend might have saved me. If somebody tells me I'm going off and I gotta fix it, an initial reaction might be, you might have to look at yourself. You might have to look at the way you've been moving, the way you've been doing things, and if you gotta really analyze yourself and really ask, am I really going off? More than likely you are, and you gotta fix that. You gotta fix that. All right, you gotta fix the way you think. You gotta fix the way you think. You gotta fix the way you take criticism. Because some people can't take criticism. And that's not just in the truth. It's that people in general. People can't take criticism. And that's one of the biggest things you should take when trying to be successful. All right. 1 Timothy 5:20. Them that sin rebuke before all, that others also may fear. So not only should we do it for your sake, we got to do it for the Lord's sake. The Lord is telling us to rebuke. You know, so so you know, we gotta rebuke. Rebuke, and it's gonna be sometimes it's gonna be hard to hear. Sometimes it's gonna be hard to hear. Sometimes it's gonna be something you didn't want to hear, and maybe you've I don't know, maybe you did something that you didn't know was off, and now they're telling you, and now you trying to defend yourself. But it's always good to take a step back and to just take criticism. You know, this is Titus 2:15. These these things speak and exhort and rebuke with all authority. Let no man despise thee. All right, so we gotta rebuke with all authority. Sometimes you can't let up. Sometimes you can't. You know, sometimes what you did is pretty bad. That it comes out really harsh. Sometimes it's gonna sound like that. Sometimes you're not gonna be getting that slap on the wrist. All right. This is 2 Timothy 4:2. Right. Preach the word. Be instant in season, out of season. Rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. All right. And rebuke isn't necessarily a bad thing. Rebuke isn't a bad thing to have, because at least you know that people around you want to see you succeed. If you've never been rebuked, if you've never been told that you got to step it up, or if you've never been told a way you can improve, you got to check the brothers around you, man, because they might just not be with you, man. They might just not be with you. If you've never ever been told, hey, maybe you can do this better, maybe you can do that better, if you've never been told even that, nobody's perfect in the truth. You know what I mean? We all have our flaws, we all have our mistakes. So if you're seen as this perfect individual, oh man, then who, you gotta really check yourself. You gotta check your surroundings, man, because if I see a train passing, if I see a train, coming straight at you, you don't see it, the first thing I'm gonna do is let you know, hey, you gonna die if you keep that train right there, man. But if not, if I don't tell you, then that means I want something bad to happen to you. So that's the way you gotta view it. Rebuke is not a bad thing. All right. So I'm gonna get this last one real quick. Real quick. This is Luke 17:3. Take heed to yourselves. If thy brother trespass against thee, rebuke him, and if he repent, forgive him. And if he trespass against thee 7 times in a day, and 7 times in a day turn again to thee, saying, I repent, thou shalt forgive him. And 7 times is a complete number. Alright, so with that, I want to give our praise. I'm going to Yahweh Shalom.